Confirm that last.
Davis should be just ahead. She seems to be alone.
Alright.
Good.
I don't think Nova wants witnesses.
November Terra. I knew your family when you were a child. We were all part of the same circles back then. The same side. The past doesn't matter. I have made mistakes, and I will pay for them. I know why you're coming here. You think you're going to do the right thing.
Well, is it inside the space station or,
What you don't realize is that if you do this, you are no better than I am. Think
That's
on that before you act. I will say no more.
So she was alone.
Acknowledge.
And I thought you said she was, they're too winded, or they were winded, and there she is standing.
En route.
Hi! This is Marsha Brown flashbang. So yeah, Davis, how you doing, Dave? Would you mind if we just walked outside? You know, went back to when got you on one of the my 6 battle cruisers floating outside, or maybe the Hyperion, maybe. And Nova, that'd be a great idea for you to do it too. You don't need a killer. There's no need for this, Nova. And this is where having a flashbang come in handy. Nothing would matter though. She'll just be stunned. Or the element that has they can take over people, but oh well. This is pulse grenade. Pulse grenade? That'll knock her out, right? I hope so. And that's by the very end of the range. And not on anything that looks like it'd be expensive to blow up. Well, I really like it when the games do this, making you kill people when you don't want to kill people. Because she should face justice, not frontier justice. I know, this is the frontier, it's becoming less like the frontier every day though, but still. Okay.
Strictly business.
She's fine.
Go to hell.
Nova, what have you done?
What have you done, Nova? I mean, I did use the grenade, and everybody should be fine. Oh, killing me, ghost? And nuke a ghost? Oh, that'll be fun. So all the fins. Completing the game without losing any Gorgons to the Xenphos attacks on the normal difficulty. Alright, well, that was a good mission. Well, you're one of the best StarCraft that's ever made. Nova? Hey, back on the ship.
There, Nova. You deliberately disobeyed the Emperor's orders.
Why'd you do that?
But then I knew him before he was the Emperor. When he was only the Crown Prince. His primary interest was artifacts. I joined his Mobius Foundation dreaming that I'd invent things to astound the sector. Instead, I destroyed my career. This is the only life I have left. The same as you.
Why are you telling me this?
The crew is loyal to you alone, Nova. We will go wherever you lead.
The Dominion's always going to have problems. They'll need us to solve them. Our own way.
And finally, an update on the attempted coup by the Defenders of Man. Tensions have subsided in the Dominion after Emperor Valerian regained control of the government and released all of the related evidence in a public report. Our polls show that most people feel the Emperor was justified in using lethal force against General Davis, given the danger she presented.
What should we do about Nova?
Go over for her, she's fine.
Let her go. For now.
Yeah, I knew Raylan wasn't gonna be too upset. I mean, yeah, he's pretty upset that she killed someone she wasn't supposed to kill. Killing her was probably bringing her to justice was probably a better idea. But to all Zern, Protoss, and Zerg, it has been quite the ride. StarCraft II has been a labor of love for us. Driven by loyalty and support from our players, thank you for pushing us to new heights, and for joining us on this unforgettable journey. GLFH, or HF, also known as Good Luck Have Fun, and we'll see you on the battlefield. The StarCraft II development team. StarCraft II, go book for Covert Ops. Game design, Blizzard Entertainment. The credits. All right, so yeah, that's the last of the Covert Ops, and by it seems that might be the last for StarCraft II actually. If they give you, thanks for playing and thanks for supporting, if they give you the thanks to the players, then yeah, that's probably it of StarCraft 2, or at least the campaigns anyway. And also seems like they're not done with StarCraft in the least bit. All right, but how much was this DLC? Oh yeah, $14. Yeah. Oh man, it's definitely worth it. You know, it's definitely, I would say it's the best content that StarCraft, or that's for StarCraft, really. I mean, yeah, well, the best campaign they had so far, let's say that, and the best content because the new skirmish is kind of. I mean, even if you play for multiplayer, which, I mean, you can just play custom games and forget about versus AI, which I'm not quite sure why versus AI is in there, other than just to be oversimplified skirmish mode, but regardless, there's custom games that you can play. I can even play mods with it, which is interesting because this is definitely a multiplayer only game, or well, it's definitely a multiplayer centric always online game with good campaigns. Very similar to Command & Conquer 4, but then StarCraft 2 released less than 4 years after it. So it's of the same era. I mean, even like Dawn of War 3 is like this too, and even like Steel Division. Actually, if you think about it even more, so is Halo Wars 2. But that's just overall StarCraft. Halo Nova Covert Ops is one. Actually, I would say it's one of the best. You playing as a character. Basically, you have a hero, and you're doing normal RTS stuff, as in not a MOBA, not a Dota, not anything like that. Which is interesting, cause I mean, it can, Halo. I mean, not Halo. I mean, Command & Conquer kind of prototyped it with the fourth mission with Yuriko and Command & Conquer Alert 3 Uprising, and then this does it amazingly better than that. Although that was really good. Although it's only a mini campaign like the rest. It's actually smaller than the other campaigns in the game. But yeah, this has actually been one of the. Like I said, this is actually that gave you the idea of how to do it, or at least in the big way. Because I mean, I don't know if previous games did that really, or did they really get started Command & Conquer? I mean, there was MOBAs before that, and of course there have been missions or series of missions in which you play as a hero character, but not where you customize your character throughout the campaign. I don't know if something earlier than Alert 3 released it wasn't a big release, or is worth noting or anything like that. But anyway, so Nova Covert Ops masters it. It takes a concept and just basically masters it. It does it and then basically completes it. Makes a complete, not really game out of it, because this isn't a game. It's a DLC to a game which is made out of expansion packs. But yeah, I mean, it is really nice. I mean, it has all the elements you need. You can customize Nova after you unlock after you have unlocked all her stuff any way you want. You are not limited to one certain playstyle. You're not limited to what I've been playing, which is her standard gear, which she's always used. Her sniper rifle, her stealth suit, and yeah, basically that's it. Her sniper rifle and her stealth suit. But you can play it with hyper micromanaging, with teleporting and stuff like that, or shotguns, or there's a bunch of different playstyles. Assault, really stealthy, hyper micromanage, jump jet even. But yeah, and I'm really glad that I did play it, because because I didn't play StarCraft II other than messing around skirmish and messing up the campaign, redoing it because I didn't like the fact that you couldn't replay it, which is fixed. You can basically replay the missions with whatever items you have unlocked at the end, which is amazing. I wish the original campaign had that. More even campaigns. But anyway, But anyway, this was I haven't played StarCraft II since it released, pretty much. I mean, I didn't play it on release. I played it I want to say a couple months after it, like the first release year maybe. But yeah, what I was disappointed with StarCraft II is twofold things. One, all the units were multiplayer. Not all the units in the campaign were multiplayer, which was hardened. Which that fact was worsened by the fact that the campaign you can't finish the campaign and then and then use all your upgrade stuff in the mission you want. You can't do that. All campaign missions you play as if you were playing it for the first time. Or at that point, basically your upgrades to that point, which is fine, makes sense of the campaign. It doesn't make you too overpowered or anything like that, but still, it's kind of because you can't use all the units in the campaign in the mission, and you can't use all the missions in the campaign in multiplayer, or at least most of them. And the weird thing is now that I played StarCraft 1 and realized that the Goliath was in StarCraft 1, but it wasn't in StarCraft 2 until Nova Covert Ops, and even then it's just in Nova Covert Ops, not in Skirmish, which I don't like either. I mean, I'm trying to remember if it was in the other campaigns. I can't really remember, but I hope it wasn't, because it makes things a little bit more sense. Actually, I can go look it up real quick. It's in the StarCraft wiki. So anyway, going back to what I was thinking, so I haven't played it in many years because I just didn't see. Because I'm mainly a skirmish player and person that tries to beat campaigns. Because I'll be honest, up to when I started making YouTube videos, I really sucked at beating campaigns other than first-person shooters, which I was amazing at beating first-person shooter campaigns like Medal of Honor and stuff. But RTSs, I used to never be able to beat RTS campaigns until Command Conquer 4, which was the first campaign I beat. And then I believe it was Halo Wars, and even then I didn't beat Halo Wars campaign till like a year or two after I got the game. But anyway, so basically I mainly play skirmish. And oh yeah, I didn't get good at beating campaigns, so I started YouTubing, which I had to get good at beating campaigns so I could actually beat the campaigns for you, the viewer. But anyway, so like I was saying, so I didn't play StarCraft II until I started doing this series again. I haven't played it since release of or since the opening year of Wings of Liberty. But I am Derek, by the way. But I am really glad that I did play this because it was awesome. I had a lot of fun playing this. I had a lot of fun playing the original campaign too. I just got really disappointed with the fact that I couldn't use my upgrades. Use my upgrades on a mission other than like the last two, I think it was, which is silly. But anyway, so I'm glad that I did come back and play this. I actually always wanted to play this. Ever since I heard of it, I always wanted to play it. And I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I also bought the collection edition of Legacy of the Void because it came with Arcanos, which I played in here, which that's a character which that unlocks the character in Heroes of the Storm. They're Blizzard's MOBA, which is also like Super Smash Bros., in which takes all their games and puts it into a MOBA. Which also has a lot of which every map has a gimmick mechanic. You can't just rush the bases usually, and win. You have to do a certain thing on the map in order to either open up the bases or to do the certain mechanics so the enemy doesn't have it. So you can just basically freeze down a lane. And it's not as bad as it sounds. It's just but anyway, so the 60 units. Anyway, so I love this. Again, it's definitely so far the first game to really master the whole hero mission in the entire campaign with customization. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna look up the where Goliath was at. Over the units. That's for yeah. That's for not the right guys. Okay, Bammer sure. Oh. Yeah, the Goliath was not in Wings of Liberty. Looking over again, the Goliath was in Wings of Liberty at all. And then, yeah, the Goliath wasn't in. The Goliath was just an Covert ops, and just an Covert ops. Never got introduced to the skirmish or anything. Which again, it was a unit in at least Brood War. I don't know if it was a unit in the early StarCraft. I might as well look up real quick. But yeah, I mean, that's just. I mean, that's just. I want to say sad because like, StarCraft is like the premier tournament RTS, and in tournaments you play skirmish, or you play multiplayer, but you get the idea. They're not multiplayer either, by the way. Skirmish has the exact same units as multiplayer. And they don't add all the units in the previous game in multiplayer. I mean, for the tournament, because most people play StarCraft for like, well, they play for all three modes: campaign, skirmish, or multiplayer, maybe even co-op. Which I never touched actually. I didn't even know they existed until I saw that. Oh, you can buy commanders. Oh, is that for multiplayer? You know, so you can have special units. No, that's for co-op mode. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that existed. And I actually realized that when I was playing Heroes of the Storm and saw the Sea Shrink Lady. I forgot her name, but Sea Shrink Lady, which I'm like, Sea Shrink Lady, Medic Lady, which I'm like, are those characters that they making up for Heroes of the Storm? I'm like, no, they're from co-op mode. I'm like, oh. Well, not one of the Medic Lady, but Sea Shrink Lady's from co-op mode. I'm like, oh. So yeah. Alright, let me look at the StarCraft 1 units. I'm just going to this one myself, really. Terrain units. But, and what's the worst part is like, after I played a little bit of the skirmish pro plus one match, it didn't do very well. But I got the general gist of StarCraft of StarCraft 1 in terms of StarCraft 2 comparability, and I realized the game hasn't changed really all that much. I mean, for one, one thing, the supply depots got smaller. Everything drops in now. But overall, it's pretty much the same game. It's just StarCraft has 3D graphics, which to me that's fine. Because I know the fact that when Command & Conquer tried to change, either Westwood wanted to change Command & Conquer or EA with Command & Conquer 4 and then Command & Conquer Generals 2 or just Command & Conquer. People really complained that EA shouldn't, or that no one should change Command & Conquer. It should just be the same game as always been. Like, basically, they want every Command & Conquer to be pretty much like Command & Conquer 3. Or Command & Conquer Warlord 3. Okay, mostly Command & Conquer 3. And it seems like Blizzard actually, listened to that and like, oh, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't change our game. We should keep it the exact same, so they did. Although, unlike Command & Conquer 4, which added units. It kept all the it basically kept all the units. Maybe missed them around if they didn't fit the arrow right, but it kept all the units and added more. Albeit they unlock it through through playing the game in progression, but still they kept all the units and just and added more. Same with Command Conquer 3. Command Conquer 3 pretty much kept all the units and added more. StarCraft 2 pretty much kept some units and took away most of them. Another jerk, okay. It just flabbergasted me. I kind of don't, I can't. What? I don't know that you work this far to wiki. I want to look at the Terran units. Yes, look at the Terran units. Okay, so the StarCraft 1 wiki is different from StarCraft 2. Or the StarCraft 1 part wiki is different from the StarCraft 2 part of the wiki. What to do? I want to look at your units, please. Oh, well, the Science Vessel, which is a campaign-only unit in this game, like most units, was a. I mean, it was a skirmish unit in StarCraft 1, at least. I mean, okay. Nah. Yeah, I just don't understand that. I mean, that's a good example. I have to. I mean, I'm pretty sure the StarCraft 1 part of the wiki is just fine. I just need to work at it, which is hard to do with the Wii U. As great as the Wii U is, it's not as easy as browsing normally because it's sites only really that much. But yeah, I mean, now like I said earlier, I would understand if StarCraft 2 said if the StarCraft 2 developers were like, if Blizzard was like, okay. The reason why we don't have to put all the units in skirmish is because we want to space it out through the entirety of the expansions. Like, we want only some units in StarCraft 1 Wings of Liberty, then we put more in with not Brood War, but Heart of the Swarm, then more in Legacy of the Void, and maybe more as DLC or something like that. I was hoping for them to just be in the expansions. Because the StarCraft 2 trilogy was planned as a trilogy. Basically what they wanted to do, as far as I know, and as far as a lot of people know, if you're old enough to remember when StarCraft 2 was being released, is that they wanted to basically, basically parse StarCraft 2 out over the course of many years. They're basically giving you the game, basically giving you all 3 chapters instantly. So basically then they have to work on, okay, how do we make a new engine? How do we do all this stuff to make a new game without... You know, basically they wanted to get it right the first time and then basically pan it out over the course of many years so they don't have to try to get it right again. Make another sequel. Which is an interesting idea. You may agree with it, you may not. Giving the 3 campaigns over the course of, like, half a decade. But that's fine with me. Basically making the game, like, artificially expanding the game's lifespan for the betterment of development of the next game. Or basically just allowing people to get more than what they want now instead of having to basically take a gamble on whether the next game is going to be good or not. And it's fine. Looks like we're coming up to the end of the credits. That's fine. What isn't fine is not giving you all the blasted units in the by the third expansion. That just isn't cool with me. I don't understand that. Again, it could be just for tournaments because they didn't want to give tournament players too many units, so tournament players would force them. So basically, if you don't know, tournament people like to just only use a couple things in the game if it's not completely always not balanced and stuff isn't competitive with each other. There people like do that. It's not a bad idea. It's just you don't play with one. If you're playing with units that aren't exactly competitive, or maybe overpowered, you might not be playing with a type like that, or at least hope they understand. Hope they come down to your level basically, or come up to your level. What way you want to put it, or come to your level, which is the exact same side, which is what I think of it. But artificially making it so tournament people are happy by making the game easy to balance, but basically shoving everyone else to the side that isn't tournament people, or want to be tournament people, or like watching tournaments and basically playing like them. Like that ain't right. That ain't right. If you're going to do that, either A, just let the tournament people make their own rules, which is what they're going to do anyway. That's special things. Special things always need to end. Or, just just make game modes for the tournament people so they can have their fun, and especially separate game mode from everyone else that wants content. But yeah. Not saying that tournament's bad, not saying that way of thinking is bad, it's just I don't agree with it. Oh, I see, you got tier here, and then tier there. Also tier there. Oh, we beat the champagne, alright. And I talked to the credits, which that was a good lengthy credit. That was a good, like, 30 minutes of credits. Alright, what you got here? Let's save game, Master Archive, what you got? But yeah, that's just my thoughts on Nova Covert Ops, which wasn't very many thoughts on that. Oh, hello! But that was mainly my thoughts on StarCraft 2. I hope you tolerated it well. I hope you enjoyed it, because I've been meaning to say that for a very, very, very long time. And I do like StarCraft. I like it a lot. It's just StarCraft 2 disappoints me. But anyway, so Master Archives. Play missions, all optimal content upgrades. Yay! Yay! Woohoo! Yay! I wonder if Rings Limited has that now. After alter requiring aggressive formations. Complete mission objectives. Use performer to try missions on hard difficulties and your achievements. Yes, that's also what I was thinking of. I was thinking of when I was talking earlier about the whole thing about Wings of Liberty. They could just made like a new game plus, like most games. Just make everything harder. But yeah, might have been hard for an RTS campaign, but they figured it out now. Oh, hello. Your best performance and completion times from all playthroughs are shown here. If you choose to start a new campaign, you will not lose access to Master Archives. Alright. And also what I love, and which every game has, no matter what genre or anything, is the ability to watch cutscenes in the menu as much as you want. I mean, there was a game series that always had stuff like this. I forgot which game series it was, but it was a game series in which it always had cutscenes, in which you could always go back and play the cutscenes. And it didn't matter what game. Man, I forget. I used to remember that series just so I can say that, but I've completely forgotten the series now. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, that's amazing. They need to patch that into Wings of Liberty, if it's not there. If it's not there already. Also, I still don't got hard as well. That's okay. No. Hey, can I load my saves from? No, I can't load my saves from all those years ago. Yeah, no, that's cheating. Oh, that'd be too much. Especially since I move computers and it's not Steam. Man, I think I had a bet on that. I just didn't have the launcher because the launcher probably didn't exist. But yeah. Actually, now that I beat Nova Covert Ops, I guess I can beat all 3 campaigns. I could in theory do that. Because the campaigns are connected in a way. They're connected, and I never beat Heart of the Swarm. Or I never played it. Actually, I don't even have it. Never had it. I did watch a series of it by Dan Q8000, which I don't know why he never did not work Red Ops. He did Legacy Void too. He does RTS. He used to do RTS a little bit, but now he never does anymore. Which is unfortunate, but yeah. I do RTSs. Anyway, here's co-op by the way, which is the month that I completely forgot about. My tennis. Also, I want to show you where custom mode is. Not any of these. So you can use mods. We should probably be doing videos. I'll probably be making gameplay videos, looking at mods, like I do. Or maybe we can go back to my mod overview series, which I did one mod of over the course of like what 64 parts. But yeah, and here's the mod. I have no idea you change your map, by the way. You can change your mode. I want to go back. Let's go back. Whole player in lobby. Let's return lobby. Let's quit. Alright, I want to. How in the world do you look at maps other than looking at this menu? Top player map? Unless these are the maps? Unless this ain't a lobby of looking for games. That's pretty nice. Oh, that's nice. If I can't get a city, I'll do a tropical. So you got that. Melee. Okay, I got that. Whatever that is. What do we want? Infinite duration. Twister. No, please. Don't please. Alliances. No. Game privacy. No build. Game privacy. No build order. No match history. What will this be? Okay. Add AI, and that's the AI. You can also have players by inviting them. How do I get rid of AI? Oh yes, you can back click and remove. Oh, that's cool. And by the way, if you have a multiple, actually, I'll just show you. Random map, which we were playing when we were playing. This was the map we were playing. Right, when I was playing with friends. You can do this. Bam, 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 bam. I want you there. I want you here. You can go with. Now you come with me. You, my good man. You are being good. And these are the colors. I'll get a section of colors actually. You go with that color, and then you get multiple difficulties. And, oh my word. Cheater. Okay. This is interesting. So nice to more difficulties. I mean, overall, now that I'm playing with, the custom games, it's not all too bad of a skirmish system. I just didn't say skirmish. Oh, this could be modded. This is a modded map, as you can see. Oh, that's Legacy of the Void. That's what that means. Gold map. Map info. What you got? It ain't modded. It says Blizzard. Okay, that's fine. That's how that works. Also, actually, I've been playing, so I got a guy. Finally moved on from SCV man to a Marine man. I wish I actually messed with that. You have to go over. I don't know why it's doing this. But I might as well show you all what I've learned. Oh, your collection. You got skins. Which I showed you at the beginning of the series, actually. Some microtransactions, which is interesting. You should go near that. Welcome, portrait. What role is this? Oh, give me a portrait order 2006. Okay, that's fine. What's the line Marine though? Oh, they got Griffin. Actually, I might as well go with Griffin. I like the Griffin. So equip. Also, these are all these are the pictures which are possible to get in the game. decals, which I should show in front of your base. Which actually, I'm gonna go with Defenders of Man. As much as I don't like Defenders of Man, I actually, you know, we could just make it that it's the new Defenders of Man. The Defenders of Man that helped out, defeat off the other Protoss, the bad Protoss. The rogue Protoss. You know them. Definitely equip you. Actually, Defenders of Man Q. Something a little bit more unique than Rainier's Raiders. Oh, let me go back if it creeps me out too much. Okay, well, that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. No, not yes, and for this video, that is technically correct. I'll list the session now. I'll probably cut it out. I'll probably cut it off at the credits. But that'll be it for the session, and then the series too. It's always sad ending a series. This series should have ended a long time ago, 3 months ago. But due to technical difficulties, that was not a possibility. And I'm glad that I didn't try to record this with the errors going on, because I probably wouldn't have recorded it, or I might have lost my save, or it just wouldn't have been pretty. It just wouldn't have been pretty. But this worked out, and I did beat it. It took 2 hours to beat, but actually it took an hour and like 10 minutes to beat. But yeah, which is another reason why I didn't come and play it earlier, even when I did realize this was working. I didn't go back and play it instantly, is because I was not feeling well enough to do it, because I knew it was gonna be like an hour-long mission. Even though it might take like 30 minutes, it still might be an hour-long mission. And I just didn't have time to do it until now. But anyway, so I said what I needed to say during the credits. I love the Covert Ops, and I like StarCraft. Do I love StarCraft? I don't think I ever loved StarCraft. But you know what? It's a great series. It's always been a great series. I always thought it was a great series. And I guess there is something to say. Is this survive? Nova Covert Ops came out, or just finished releasing. Released their final pack. In 2016, December 2016. Actually, it was released during the course of 2016. And the last Command & Conquer release was, well, Command & Conquer 4. They tried to make it free to play with Command & Conquer Generals 2, but people really didn't like it when it was in beta. So BioWare did the best thing that they could have done, which was cancel it. Because they could have released it. They could have been a better developer and released the game regardless, of expecting people to pay it regardless. Play it and pay for it regardless. But no, they realized people didn't like it, so they realized people were going to hate them for it, and basically just hate the game, so they decided to release it. And there's been a peep of Command & Conquer other than Tiberian Alliances. Been plenty, the community's still there with OpenRA. OpenRA basically remaking the original Command & Conquers 1s through 2s, just in their own engine. Basically the same game, just on their own engine and just on one UI. Something that EA probably should have done, probably should do, but yeah. And there's also mods coming out for all the Command & Conquer games, especially Generals. So yeah, Command & Conquer still has a community. It just has modding and playing one. And whereas StarCraft, they're still making games for it. They probably will make a StarCraft 3. Especially how this game ended. They'll probably make a StarCraft 3. Or maybe just more DLCs for this, which is okay. Not terrible, not great, but okay. And StarCraft, both StarCrafts 1 and 2 are very much loved in the tournament community. In fact, that they are that there's a good portion of the tournament community that just plays StarCraft, and StarCraft really helped launch or really let the tournament community get a grasp, or esports community get a grasp on itself. It was one of the first esports games, and yeah. I mean, you know what? Let me say this. There are two things that would make me love StarCraft. One is they add all the blasted units into skirmish or into multiplayer. At least they add them all. All the ones that make sense to add. As in, don't add these anthos. That'd be silly. Don't add some of the units which you see in Legacy of the Void. That'd be silly. Don't add Gorgons. Maybe that's common, but don't add them on and don't add them in on all by themselves. That would be silly. Would not be silly adding Goliath, adding Science Vessel, adding Ravens. You get the idea. Listen, well, I mean, Ravens may be already added, but you get the idea. Units like that. That would not be silly. That'd be fantastic. And if it's about tournaments, well, do one of two things. Either balance them. Basically, I know it's difficult to balance, games more around, basically balance games around more than 3 factions or more than a couple of units. But if you can do it, it would be amazing. But yeah, or you can just add in units, and if they're uncompetitive, even if they're too weak, if they're too weak for the tournament community or too strong, or what have you, then let the esports community just make their own game modes, make their own maps. They make their own styles of play. Let Slam only have legal units, and let everyone else play with other ones. Because there's more to a community than tournaments. Tournaments are, I want to say, a third of gaming, but that's not true. You got your modding community. You got your normal hardcore community. That you got your hardcore people that play lots of games. People that play every release. You got another community that plays every release. Another community that plays just one game. That's all hardcore. And then casuals that play similar divides. They play just one game. They play some games. They play lots of games. They play just one genre. You know, there's a lot of variables in those two categories alone. And then you got the press, like me, YouTubers, streamers. Actually, they're, like I said, like for hardcores and casuals. The press are in different categories too. You got YouTubers and streamers. Completely different styles of making videos, or how they do things. And even then, YouTubers, you got reviewers, and you got people that make montages, or at least I still think you do. You got people that play matches normally. You got campaign people, but there's a lot to the gaming community than just tournaments. And to make a game just for one community, even if it's for a big community like tournaments, it's just not the right way to go. It just doesn't. You're alienating the entire industry if you just go for one. That's what I always thought. I mean, yes, like for example, Dawn of War 3. Dawn of War 3 probably wanted to go full tournament, which is fine because the last Dawn of War was tournament 2, and Company Heroes 2 is a big tournament, so they want to make a new tournament game. They just shouldn't do that with Dawn of War 3. StarCraft has always been tournaments. Well, it hasn't always been tournaments. It used to be just an RTS with 3 factions, and 3 factions are completely different from each other. It became more than that, and then tournaments grasped onto that. I say tournaments. That's what they say in the community, but no, I mean esports. Use the generalization for the generalization. In the esports community. But like I said, for people that just want to have fun like me, or want to play with people that want to have lots of content, or play with all the game has to offer, or at least have some consistency between the games, and or people that want to play what's with the campaign, then they're eliminating all of them. At least they're not eliminating modders. They're not doing that. Not doing what Battlefield did. That's good. I mean, the reason why Battlefield eliminated modders is because at least they claimed that the Frostbite engine was too hard to mod. Maybe that will change in the future. Maybe they'll make Frostbite engine easier to mod, or maybe they just release it and let people figure it out. But yeah, I mean, all that really means is there won't be an SDK, or at least the SDK will be insanely complex. But there are people, you know, if there are people that can make a game from 2001 look like a game from 2017, or add a game elements like dual wielding into Halo, into Halo 1, then, or in hijacking and whatnot. Then yeah, people can you know, I've seen cripple things with mods, with modders. So if Battlefield gave them the modding, if Battlefield just gave them the raw engine and say, here you are, work with it, I bet some people will work with it. Not everyone. You won't have a Steam Workshop or anything like that, or at least not a very populated one. But yeah, but it has a chance. But anyway, that's discussion for there's one talks about, which I still need to do. Anyway. All right, I talked on for long enough. I said everything I needed to say. All right, that'd be it for this series. I love playing this game, and that's another series that is done. Which is fantastic, because I have a backlog of series I need to finish, especially since I got sick and I couldn't play the console. Because when I play console, I put the laptop on the ground and connected to the podcast, because the podcast won't connect to the mess computer for an extended cord, which is unfortunate, but yeah. But anyway, so I have to basically, not only have to put the thing on the ground, put the laptop on the ground, set it up, but then I have to be in my chair and lean over with my stomach, which is the terrible for nausea, terrible for weakness, terrible for dizziness when looking down. And yeah. But anyway, I should be getting back to going console videos, don't you worry. And definitely finish off Halo Wars 2. That's my next target, is finishing off Halo Wars 2. Then you got, then Sub Release 4 maybe. You gotta do Victoria Chronicles because the new one's coming up, but anyway. Alright, that'd be it for this session, and, yeah, I mean, what's next? I got a lot of things working on. Nothing that's really next, really. It's just, I'll continue what I keep doing, and, yeah. I'll continue on what I've been doing. And, yeah, that'd be it for this video. This was a fantastic DLC. I wish more people played it. I mean, I haven't seen all the YouTubers I watch and follow, and just generally looking around on YouTube. I mean, I should look up Nova Covert Ops or StarCraft II Nova Covert Ops and see if anyone's been playing it. But like overall, even like the StarCraft people I talk to don't know about Nova Covert Ops or don't care about it. And this is by far one of the best. This is by far the best campaign that StarCraft was made in StarCraft name. And it is the best customizable hero missions made into a campaign over the course of a good long campaign. Because the campaign's like, the campaign's like what, 10 missions long? Well, I can just figure now. The missions that range from 30 to 50 minutes. Oh, this is a bad idea. Well, it's just really long, and yeah, for $14 you can't really go wrong. I mean, but for $14 it gets you a nice, $14 gives you a nice indie game of this length, and this gives you a game made by a AAA developer of that length of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 missions, yeah, 3 each. I thought they would run up to 10, but no, run up to 9. Yeah, my favorite number. For many reasons. Alright, anyway. Alright, so that'll be it for this video, and that'll be it for the series. Can we see you in the next one? And yeah, it's always tough for me to wrap up a series, you know that. Because it's bittersweet, you know. It's great that I finished the game! I finished the series! And it's sad because, I finished the series. I was having so much fun. And I don't got any more to do with the game. Or at least with this part of the game. On camera. That's it. But anyway, so I'll try out mods. I'll definitely try out mods to StarCraft II if I find any that meet my interest. And And yeah, I'll definitely be playing. Oh, I'll definitely be playing the StarCraft, StarCraft Remastered. I'll definitely be playing that. I might do more of StarCraft 1. And yeah, that'll be it for this session. And yep, that'll be it for this session. Thanks for watching. Series. I mean, we do appreciate watching on this series. It means a lot to me. Also, feel free to leave a comment for suggestions for a series or anything I'll play. StarCraft II over Covert off the general difference. Give me some comments a real deal tip. Alright, so yeah, that'll be it for this series, and it's been great. And I guess, I mean, it was my first StarCraft 2 this series by the way is first StarCraft anything on the channel, and this was my first series, and this was my first campaign series of StarCraft 2, and I loved it. I didn't expect to love it as much as, okay, maybe I expected to love this as much as I did, but I wasn't expecting to, when I first got StarCraft 2 and got disappointed by it, I wasn't expecting it to really be on the channel other than just one-off videos, like Call of Duty, like what I do with Call of Duty, before I totally threw Call of Duty aside, because, well, I should begin with. I mean, I was playing with friends and all, that was fun, but I never liked Call of Duty, ever, for very good reasons. But anyway, so, regardless, I didn't think I was going to have this much with StarCraft 2, but this campaign definitely showed me otherwise. That's why they try out mods and stuff, see if there's any mods that add all units, because that is something I would play. Alright, but anyway, so yep, that'll be it for this series, and I guess, see you in a second.